Have you ever wondered how some people make significantly more money than you? In this video, I will share a conversation I had with one of my mentors about an individual who is making 10 to 20 times more money than me. This person was earning around $800,000 per month, which seemed unimaginable to me at the time. However, I discovered that it is possible to turn your yearly income into your monthly income, and I will show you how to do it. One of the biggest financial breakthroughs I had in my life was realizing that I could transform my yearly income into my monthly income. This concept may seem mind-blowing, but it is achievable with the right strategies. Rich Dad, Poor Dad really changed how I thought about money. I remember the day I first heard someone talk about it, back in April 1999. It was like a light bulb went off in my head. The book showed me a whole new way of looking at wealth. Instead of just working for money, it talked about making money work for me. It said that having things that make money on their own is super important. The book called these income-producing assets. It explained that if you only rely on the money you get from working, you might stay stuck without much money. But if you have these income-making things, they can keep bringing in money even when you're not actively working. It made sense why some people struggle financially. They only count on what they earn themselves. But by focusing on these income-producing assets, you can grow your money and have a more stable future. Examples of income-producing assets: rental properties. Owning real estate and renting it out to tenants can generate regular rental income. Dividend-paying stocks. Investing in stocks that pay dividends can provide a steady stream of income. Royalties. Earning royalties from creative works such as books, music, or patents. Business ownership. Owning a profitable business that generates income even when the owner is not actively working. Online courses or digital products. Creating and selling educational courses or digital products can generate passive income. Having things that bring in money without needing much work is a big plus of income-producing assets. They give you money without needing you to put in a ton of time or effort. It's like having a bunch of small money machines working for you. And these assets don't just give you cash, they also make your financial life more stable. See, when you have different ways of making money, you don't rely on just one source. If something goes wrong with one, you've got others to fall back on. That's like having a safety net for your money. Plus, these assets can grow in value over time, making you even richer in the long run. Breaking free from always struggling with money is a big deal. It's all about changing how you think about making money. Instead of only counting on the money you get from working, it's about putting your money into things that keep bringing in more money. That's how you break out of that cycle of always feeling strapped for cash. But it's not just about thinking differently, it's about taking action. You've got to learn about different ways to invest and then actually do it. Consistently putting money into these income-making things is what makes the difference in getting ahead financially. According to Daniel Priestley in his book Key Person of Influence, income follows assets. The more assets you have, the more income you can generate from those assets. Rich people are rich because they accumulate assets. By accumulating assets, they are able to generate more income. Assets can include investments, properties, businesses, intellectual property, etc. The amount of income you can generate is directly related to the number and quality of assets you have. The more assets you have, the more income you can potentially earn. Income can come from various sources, such as rental income, dividends, profits from businesses, royalties, etc. Let's say you have a rental property that generates $10,000 in monthly rental income. By acquiring more rental properties, you can increase your monthly income to $100,000 or even $1 million. Similarly, if you have a successful business that generates $100,000 in monthly profits, expanding the business or starting new ventures can increase your income significantly. Think of principles like tiny copies of each other. They might come from different places, but they work in similar ways. So, if something's true in one field, it might just be true in another. Like, take a rule from physics. If it works there, chances are it might work in biology or chemistry too. It's like finding a cool trick that works in different games. I once had someone explain this idea to me. They said that whatever's true in one place could probably be true in another if you apply it right. Like, if a principle rocks in transportation, it might also be a big hit in finance. It's kinda like borrowing the best moves from one dance and using them in another. Steve Jobs was a genius at this. He totally changed the game in 5 different industries: computers, phones, music, movies, and tablets. All got a Jobs-style makeover. There's this book that spills all his secrets called Innovation Secrets of Steve Jobs by Carmine Gallo. After reading about Jobs, I got hooked on this whole idea of applying principles everywhere. Now, whenever I hear about a cool principle, I can't help but wonder how it could shake things up in other industries. It's like finding a secret weapon that works in different battlegrounds. Steve Jobs had this crazy talent. He could connect things that seemed totally different. It was all because he had this mix of wild and varied experiences. His bag was filled with all sorts of unique stuff, letting him see links that most people missed. Like, imagine this. He sees an ugly green blinking font on a computer screen, and boom! It takes him back to some calligraphy class he took ages ago. Suddenly, he's wondering why fonts can't be pretty. It's like he had this superpower of connecting the dots. When it comes to making money, some folks think making a ton real quick is way easier than making a little bit over a long stretch. And you know what? Having those connections and unique experiences can really help you hit the jackpot fast. It's like having a secret stash of shortcuts that others don't know about. So having that mix of different experiences and seeing connections, it's not just about being cool. It's about making bank too. One of the key skills that can help us work smart is financial literacy. Financial literacy is the ability to understand and manage money matters, such as budgeting, saving, investing, and borrowing. One of the most powerful concepts in finance is leverage. Leverage is the use of borrowed money or other assets to increase the potential return or risk of an investment or project. It is like using a lever to lift a heavy object with less force. Leverage can help us achieve our financial goals faster and easier by allowing us to access more capital and opportunities. For example, leverage can enable us to buy a house with a mortgage, start a business with a loan, or invest in the stock market with margin. However, not everyone knows how to use leverage effectively. Some people struggle to make money because they rely on their own efforts and resources without taking advantage of leverage. They work hard, but they do not see much improvement in their financial situation. They may also face difficulties in paying off their debts or meeting their expenses. On the other hand, some people are hesitant to use leverage because they are afraid of the risks or the unknown. They may doubt their own abilities or the validity of new ideas. They may resist change or avoid challenges. They may miss out on valuable opportunities or settle for less than they deserve. The amount of money that a person makes often depends on how well they use leverage. Someone who uses a little leverage may be able to upgrade their lifestyle from walking to biking. Someone who uses more leverage may be able to afford a car. And someone who uses a lot of leverage may be able to travel by plane or jet. The trick is to find the right level and type of leverage that suits our financial goals and circumstances. To succeed in money matters, we need to apply leverage in various aspects of our life. That means using our time, skills, knowledge, network, and money wisely. By using leverage properly, we can optimize our performance and achieve our desired outcomes. Having a positive mindset is also crucial when we are trying to use leverage for financial success. We need to overcome negative thoughts and doubts that can hinder our growth and potential. We need to be confident, curious, and open-minded. We need to be willing to learn, experiment, and adapt. Even if we are unsure about new ideas, we should not reject them without giving them a fair chance. We should think critically and creatively about them and see if they can work for our financial goals. We should also seek feedback and advice from others who have more experience or expertise. Learning constantly and continuously is a big part of mastering leverage for money. At the end of the day, making money requires action. We cannot just learn about leverage. We have to use it. We have to look for opportunities to use our assets strategically and productively and get closer to our financial goals. For deeper financial insights, subscribe to WealthMap. Thank you for joining us on this journey of learning. Until next time, remember to begin with small steps, dream big, and stay financially empowered as you shape your future.